So obviously it's a rivalry game this week and against a team that's right there behind you in the standings. So how big of kind of a game is this for you?
It's always big playing Seattle, but with both teams being where we're at in the table, I think it adds even a little bit more spice to it. We're looking forward to it. Guys are going to be excited. This time of year is an exciting time of the year because things start to shake out and you start to see the light at the end of the tunnel of the playoffs and the postseason, and yet it becomes nerve-wracking too because you saw this week a couple teams went up at the top, Vancouver, LA, a couple teams down below the red line, 3 teams went up there, and there are a few that are above the red line that remain the same, and we got a point on those teams. It's going to be a very tight race till the end. I think that's clear when you look at the results this weekend. There's always surprises too that you don't see coming.
We saw obviously Milano played the full 90 minutes and did a lot in the offense. Do you feel like he's still is continuing to integrate, or do you feel like he's kind of showing his potential?
Well, he's only 22, so he's going to continue to get better all the time. That's one of the reasons we signed him. We knew he was a good player. He'd come in and impact our team now, but we also knew he'd get better, and he'll continue to develop and evolve. But what he brings to the table right now is something we were looking for. It's great to see him score his first goal. Hopefully that will relax him a little bit more, and hopefully the next one will come in the next game.
Obviously, Audie has done really well for you guys as well. Do you see maybe putting those guys in a 2-front or platooning them still?
I mean, anything's possible. I said that last week. I think I got that question. But to put those guys in a 2-front, we'd change our system, and that would move Valeri wide. And Valeri is a guy that operates best at the 10 spot. So, we could do that. Maybe in one of the games coming up, we could do that, but we'll have to make decisions based on not just trying to get guys on the field, but you can't move one of your best players out of his role just to get guys on the field. That wouldn't be smart coaching.
Is that more of a question on defense for Valeri, or just the overall game? His overall game?
Well, it's a big difference playing wide and playing in the 10. When you're playing wide, you're in a channel. You're not as free to float and get the ball and create. And that's why he was brought here to be a 10 and to run kind of our attack. And a lot of our play goes through him. So, like I said, when you're putting a lineup on the field, you want to get your best players on the field, but you can't be moving your best players into roles that don't complement what they do and what they bring to the table. So, the nice thing with Melano is he can play wide. That's one of the reasons we brought him in. Is we knew at times we would shift him wide. We started him there in a couple games off the bench, and then last 2 games we started him up top, and we moved him wide where he scored his goal. He was wide on the left, so he's versatile, and that's a nice thing to have in your players is versatility, because when you put the pieces to the puzzle together, you can move different guys into different spots, and if guys are specialists and can only play one role, then that handicaps you a little bit. So that's a real positive with Milano, because there are going to be some games we're going to want Audie up top, to bring that dimension, the target, hold up play, cross, get on the inner crosses, set pieces, all that. And depending on the central defender matchup of the opponent, it's always a factor.
How has it changed what Milano, maybe his role on the field when he's wide versus up top?
Well, I think when he's wide, he's not central. He can't, in terms of startup position, float either side. He's probably not going to get behind the center backs quite as much, but he'll still get central at times. He'll run off the center striker, almost like a second forward. When he plays wide, he plays it more like a second forward. Certain wingers, when you put them wide, they play differently. Nagbe obviously plays like a second attacking mid. Rodney plays more like a true winger. Asprilla plays more like a true winger. Milano, when you float him there, he shows up a lot central, running off the striker, and still has the ability to get 1v1 and run at guys. So every player's different, but in terms of what he brings, he's capable of playing there and being very effective. When you look at The minutes he's played wide, he's been effective. He's created problems there in that left channel. He has the ability to play on the right as well. You know, with Nagbe and him, we can flip-flop him. We can change in game. We can start one on one side and flip him if we see a different matchup as well. So I like that flexibility.
You mentioned last week a little bit about needing to get the attack going a little bit more, and obviously over the weekend you guys were attacking a lot against Houston, and obviously we were able to get the 2 goals back. Were you seeing the attack kind of clicking, coming together a little bit more?
Yeah, going into this last game, I felt we were on the cusp of scoring goals. You know, I saw signs. I watched the film. I was seeing we were getting in good spots, and it was just that final, you know, third. Those little details, that last piece. And, you know, I thought we were very good for 85 minutes in the game. For 5 minutes, we were poor. We gave up 2 goals. We relaxed and let our guard down. And when you let your guard down in this game, you get punched in the nose. And it's a good lesson to learn. But we'll use this experience. We'll draw from it. And I think we've become a better team through it. And, you know, under the circumstances, I thought it was a great comeback and really good performance in the second half. Scored 2 goals. We got Nagbe a goal, which is really good, and that's huge for him and his confidence. We need goals from him. Melano got his first goal, and we came back in a game for the first time. So we'll draw on that. I think it's going to, in the big picture, big scheme of things, that was probably, like I said, the most important 45 minutes of the year, and it's something that will help us down the road. If we come into that game and, you know, we steamroll Houston 3-0, we all feel maybe a little bit better, but I'm not sure that we're a better team through that. I think maybe we needed that experience and to be able to fight from behind and to, in that second half, you know, really dig deep.